I'm your host Azhar Carrim, and today we have with us two very special guests. We have with us the CEO of Finco Trading, Deshantha Silva, and we also have with us the Executive Director of Hackers for the Asia Pacific Africa region. So Mr. Deshantha Silva, let's start off with you. How did this partnership start?
Of course, Finco as a group believes in our commitment for excellence, and Finco Trading, being a fully owned subsidiary of Finco Holdings, the main parent company, promotes gracious living and luxury lifestyle. Apparently, when we got to know about Hacker, we learned that Hacker is a family company, family-owned company, and currently in the fourth generation, the same family. Finco, in contrast, is in the third generation. So also again a family-owned group of companies. So there are a lot of similarities between the two parties, and also with the brand that Hacker represents worldwide. Finco also is associated with few good brands. Locally, Alpha and Uga are some of them. So we wanted to be part of Hacker in Sri Lanka. Hacker was looking for a partner. That ended up us in this joint efforts in upbringing Sri Lankan lifestyle with Hacker products and services in Sri Lanka from now onwards.
Mr. Willy Kamm, what is the brand philosophy of Hackers?
Look, for us, the center of our action in any aspect is the end consumer. And that end consumer, we do not want to bring them the latest technology, then also to bring the hacker lifestyle into the homes of our friends and family members all over the world. Since we do not consider somebody who buys a hacker kitchen from us as a consumer or as a buyer, we consider him as a family member. That's why our global family is growing rapidly the last 20 years, especially outside from Europe. And this is something where we are a bit proud on it, since we introduce also within the kitchen field a very unique difference, where we may have a chance to talk about it later.
Mr. Deshantha, what do you feel is the growth potential in this market segment?
Of course, when it comes to Sri Lanka now, luxury living has becoming more and more popular in Colombo and suburbs. You get a lot of apartments coming up, luxury apartments, semi-luxury apartments, and also the lifestyles as such. Residential houses are becoming more and more luxurious. The lifestyle has changed, and the living has changed over the last decade or so to a different level in Sri Lanka. And when it comes to kitchen, the pantry unit, it is probably one of the places in some of the families that the whole family sits together either in the morning or probably in the evening as well, or both at times, where the family sits together. Is early it was the TV lobby, now it's probably the kitchen environment or the pantry unit, where they all enjoy their meals whilst they are discussing their day's activities to happen or either happen during the day. So we believe Hacker will provide a serious opportunity for Sri Lankans to have a different lifestyle when it comes to cooking, and also when it comes to their normal day-to-day life. It will become a part and parcel of their day-to-day life.
So Hacker's Kitchen has expanded in different countries around the world. So why Sri Lanka?
Look, for us it's very important that we go into a market with high education level, because only people who can differentiate, those are people who can appreciate the difference, the quality in design aspects, in functional aspects, and also in lifestyle aspects. What is a hacker kitchen compared to the standard products in this industry? In Sri Lanka, people appreciate difference. They are very trendy, want to have the latest technologies, the latest developments around themselves, and they enjoy. Every time I come here, I have this feeling, they love the Western style. Yeah? This is a extremely westernized society. That's why we feel we can do a lot for the people in Sri Lanka, that they can enjoy their private life more with a hacker kitchen. And that's why I think we are going to do quite, or let's put it that way, we will develop quite a big community of friends and family members of the global hacker spot in this country.
And in terms of, let's say, customer experience, let's say one day a family just wants to come and visit. What is it like? Like, what's the customer experience when visiting a hacker's kitchen showroom?
Look, we see always in Asia, especially we are market leader, you can say in India, that's where we have more experience, to answer your question in a nice way. People are always amazed when they get closer to a hacker showroom and then they got all the information. What is the uniqueness? What is the difference of a hacker? Then they really fall in love, they feel committed. For them is not only buying one kitchen, then to follow up also afterwards, what is new, what is trendy, as a hacker is the market leader in this field and the trendsetter in this industry. So we built up something like a club. So in India, in China, Taiwan, Australia, South Africa, where we have quite huge substantial market shares, is not that we have only customers. People coming, we are like a clubhouse. Our lead shops becoming like a clubhouse. And it happens very often that people change in all their houses, all their kitchens, when it comes to the experience. Once they made the experience with their first hacker at home, that will be always the effect. And this makes us a little bit happy. And we feel also very much committed, and that gives us also, vice versa, the energy and the power to drive us faster into the field of innovation and product improvements every day. Yeah.
So, Mr. Deshantha, in terms of kitchen showrooms, what makes Hacker stand out from the rest of its competitors?
Okay, when it comes to Hacker, the product and the performance matters the most. Hacker comes from all the products worldwide comes from one single factory in Germany, Rodinghausen. Of course, the second factory is being done currently, Willy. Am I right?
Yes, we are just about to open it up.
Yes, about to open it up. So currently, it produces 900 units from that factory. When it comes to Sri Lanka, the Hacker product is unique because the product features and the performance and the material used for Hacker kitchens is unique. The material is the tropicalized material that is suiting countries like Sri Lanka, India, and so on and so forth. And the product carries features, so many number of features out of which you can select. If you take, for example, a 10 by 10, 10 square meter, that's approximately 3.5 to 3.5 square meters each, either side, Hacker kitchen the variety that we have in Hacker, from the cabinetry to the tabletops to the finishers, is in millions. But you can select anything out of that product variety that we have. Of course, the product is produced probably in a single day or two, Willy, am I right?
Absolutely.
In the factory. So it is individually manufactured for that particular customer. They are at the Hacker manufacturing plant. So it is brought here and installed by our installation team, who are well trained by Hacker. We have a very well trained installation team who are very committed, and they can handle Hacker kitchens in this country, installations of Hacker kitchens. Of course, when it comes to projects like apartment complexes and so on, we have the option of bringing in the installation expertise even from Germany. There are instances where we can bring a German engineer down or a supervisor down here to look after the installation when the numbers are big. When you have a lot of numbers to be installed at the same time, while using our installation team. So I believe, apart from other available options, standard options in Sri Lanka, Hacker will have the variety, the feature and the performance that the new lifestyle customers are looking for.
Why is Hacker's Kitchen growing in the Asian, Pacific, African region in the last 20 years?
Why we grow so fast the last 20 years in this region? It's now you ask me a question which is, the answer is a few pages of a book. Let's make it short. First thing, we don't go into a market without studying a market. Yeah? We know the habits, we know the perception, we know the expectation of the market, and we adjust the product, we adjust the logistic, and especially we adjust the services for it. Product in our industry is always just 51%. Since we do have a service product, not an over-the-counter product, service to us is very essential and we take very much care on it. That's why we are online, always next door, all over the world with our partner. Very important. With regard to the product, we do not come to Sri Lanka without having the product and the materials for it. A normal standard material in a kitchen industry would not last in Colombia. That's why we made our homework. We changed all the materials into tropicalized standard. That's why a consumer who spent good money for the value of a kitchen with Hacker, he will enjoy it afterwards and he will recommend Hacker afterwards. And everybody who visits their house, friends, relatives, will always desire a Hacker only when it comes to kitchen again. This is the reason why we grow so fast. In aspect of health, we are, I guess we are, so far I know, the only one who is producing all the way through Carb 2 standards. Carb 2 standards means it's a request from United States where we launch our product now big time. And we are going also in the United States now towards taking over leadership of this industry, which is a huge market and is a huge challenge to us as well. But here for you, it means the Carb 2 standard, which we using in this is a formaldehyde emission glass for you to understand better. It reduces the emission compared to the E1 level, which all the kitchen and furniture industry is using, by half. With other words, you do not have that much formaldehyde emission anymore in your home compared with old times or with maybe local products, I don't know. Yeah? You can say in a short word, maybe you live longer with a Hacker kitchen because your environment, your air at home is definitely more clean and more healthy environment with a Hacker. Altogether, I guess it has also something to do that we keep contact and keep an open ear, not only to our partners, also to our valuable and treasured family members who use our product, the Hacker Kitchen, every day, because we get nice emails, we get even sometimes recommendations for innovations, for additional parts which are needed in Singapore, which are needed in New Zealand. Last week I was in Queenstown in New Zealand, where we opened up a beautiful shop. Of course, there they have different expectations, different habits, and we have to adjust it. Since New Zealand also for us becomes such a huge market, and New Zealand has just 4.5 million population. Here in Sri Lanka, we're talking about 23 million. That's why with all these features, product, different of materials, service attitude, and I guess this is the real key why we grow so fast. In rather all countries, unfortunately all these peoples don't want to be mentioned, but in all these countries, the big celebrities, say, using Hacker and enjoy Hacker, love Hacker, and talking about it. And sometimes when you go in markets like Uganda, where we are not so long inside, or in Ghana, of course, if the top-notch families in these countries using your products, it goes fast. Everybody wants to have it. But then, of course, you must keep what you promise with regard to logistics, service, and especially product. And of course, it's nice and it's a pride feeling when you invite your friends, your family, your club members, and you have a Hacker at home, not just a kitchen. It's a different story.
Thank you, Mr. Willy Kamm, and thank you, Mr. Deshantha, for this interview. We hope this partnership and launch becomes a success.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for the interesting questions. I never thought so much about these details. Yeah?
Welcome.